Chapter 6432. In order to keep the secrets of the Wu family, they can only marry women from collateral families. Therefore, in collateral families like the Song family, almost more than 80% of the eligible women will be selected by the family layer by layer. Due to the huge disparity in power between the two families, girls who married into the Wu family had almost no status. It was normal for them to be despised by their husbands. And it was common for them to be wronged. In serious cases, they would even be killed by their husbands. However, even so, their family members did not dare to have any doubts or dissatisfaction. After all, their lifeblood was in the hands of the Wu family. As for those girls who were lucky enough not to be chosen by the Wu family, the Song family would not allow them to leave the family and marry and start a family. Because they had to stay in the family, guard the secrets of the Song and Wu families for hundreds of years, and be tools for their whole lives. Ria was the only cultivator in the Song family for hundreds of years. It could even be said that she was the only one from all the collateral families combined. So she carried the hope of the entire Song family. She knew the power of the warrior's den and the Lord. And with the influence of the family, she did not dare to have any rebellious thoughts against the warrior's den. She only knew that if she wanted to change the fate of her family, there was only one way, which was to continuously improve her strength and constantly let herself play a more important role in the warrior's den. Once her strength is seen by Victoria, the Song family will definitely be able to get more preferential treatment. And maybe one day, there would be a chance to get rid of the fate of a reproductive machine. Based on this heavy responsibility, Ria was loyal to the warrior's den, and only hoped to have more opportunities to make meritorious contributions to accumulate more capital for herself. This time, the governor's office allowed her to be responsible for the blood transfusion work of the entire garrison alone, which was also a manifestation of greater trust in her. She thought to herself, as long as I have no mistakes in this mission and complete it smoothly and on time, the governor's office will definitely give me more and more important tasks in the future. At that time, it will be a good opportunity for me to make achievements. Just when she was looking forward to the future in her heart, she suddenly heard someone knocking on the door, disrupting her hopeful thoughts. She came to her senses and asked in a cold and disgusted voice, "What's the matter?" Outside the door, Charlie said, "Miss, the commander asked his subordinates to pass on a message." "Pass on a message?" Ria said disdainfully, "He is just a commander. He didn't come to see me in person when he had something to do, but sent someone to pass on a message. He is really so arrogant." Charlie hurriedly said, "Miss, there is some problem with the goods, and they may not be completed on time. Commander Yin dare not delay and has summoned all the 1,000 households and flag chiefs to study countermeasures. He really dare not withdraw and delay the progress, so he this subordinates to report to you." "What did you say?" When Ria heard Charlie say that there was a problem with the goods and even affected the progress, she was immediately furious. As soon as she thought about it, her spiritual energy sensed that Luster was indeed in this office building, and that many leaders of the cavalry guards were gathering towards him. So she immediately used her spiritual energy to open the door instantly, looked at Charlie outside the door, and said coldly, "Tell me clearly what the problem is. If anything happens that affects the progress, I will chop off the head of the first person in charge first." Although Ria is young, she has regarded human life as worthless since she was a child. This is not because she was born cold and ruthless, but she knows very well that the Wu family has always regarded the lives of the Song family as worthless. From childhood to adulthood, she accidentally heard about the murder of women from the Song family who married into the Wu family, and there were no less than 5 times. These people were her elders, and the reasons why they were killed by the Wu family were also very far-fetched. Some were because they could not give birth to boys, some because of accidental miscarriages, some were simply disgusted by their husbands, and some were even just because they were gluttonous and ate more food, which caused their figures to be out of shape. Contrary to the fact that the Song family was treated as worthless by the Wu family, the Song family also disdained the women they found outside, and even treated them worse than the Wu family treated the women of the Song family. Ria's eldest brother had entered the world a few years ago to disguise himself and find a suitable woman to reproduce. He first had a child with a woman, and the woman found out that the eldest brother had a family in another city. So the eldest brother killed her to silence her. The woman didn't even have time to accuse the eldest brother, and she was shot to death by him. The reason was very simple. The eldest brother and the Song family could not take any risks. They originally intended to find an opportunity to disappear with the child after the woman gave birth and before the child turned 1 year old. Since they were discovered, they would just kill her to eliminate future troubles. Ria was influenced by such an environment, and killing people had long lost any psychological burden for her. These cavalry guards were far inferior to the status of the Song family. They were just a group of slaves raised by the warrior's den. Naturally, she didn't care about the lives of these people. Once someone provoked her or affected her, she would just kill them. Seeing her murderous look, Charlie was quite surprised. Such a young face, such an extraordinary appearance and dress, coupled with such a majestic and bloody murderous look, was indeed quite shocking. Seeing that Charlie did not answer her question within 3 seconds, Ria's tone immediately became more serious. She stared at him and said sternly, "If you don't speak quickly, I will chop off your head and ask that yin myself." Charlie was speechless, looking at Ria's murderous expression. He chuckled and said, "Little girl, did you drink tonight? You are so drunk that you want to chop off my head?"